Hello world, this is my 8th video of 365 challenge of being online with the world, and I want to say hi and thanks my favorite subscriber, Mr. Cash. He's not my subscriber, but he watch all my videos and make comment. I want to thank you, Mr. Cash, for you perceive me without prejudice and but even enjoy what I'm doing. It is wonderful, and I thankful for you for that. Thank you very much. It is very nice to see your comments, to see likes, and thank you, man. Thank you. So today we are continue watching our Bible and Quran. Let's go then. Let's go. Let's start with the Quran today. I have a little bit problem with my computer because it heating very much. Okay, let's go. Next 5 minutes.
Nor will they be helped. And when we delivered you from the house of Pharaoh, they were afflicting you with an evil punishment, killing your sons and sparing your women. And in that was a tremendous trial from your Lord. And when we divided for you the sea, then we delivered you and drowned the house of Pharaoh, and you were looking on. And when we appointed for Musa 40 nights, then took you up the calf when he had gone, and you were wrongdoers. Then we pardoned you after that you might be grateful. And when we gave Musa the law and the division, that you might be rightly guided. And when Musa said to his people, O my people, you have wronged your souls by your taking up the calf. So turn to your Maker and kill yourselves. That is best for you in the sight of your Maker. Then turned he towards you. He is the receptive, the merciful. And when you said, O Musa, we will not believe thee until we see God plainly, then the thunderbolt took you, and you were looking on. Then we raised you up after your death, that you might be grateful. And we caused the cloud to overshadow you, and sent down upon you manna and quail. Eat of the good things that we have provided you.
Quail. Some kind of chicken.
Manna and quail. Eat of the good things that we have provided you. And they wronged us not, but they wronged their souls. And when we said, enter this city and eat freely of what you will, and enter the gate in submission and say a mitigation, we will forgive you your errors and will increase the doers of good. Then those who did wrong changed the saying to other than what was said to them, and we sent down a scourge from the sky upon those who did wrong, because they were wantonly perfidious. And when Musa asked water for his...
Perfidious means... I don't know how to put this.
people, and we said, strike thou the rock with thy staff. Then there gushed therefrom 12 springs. Each tribe knew its drinking place. Eat and drink of the provision of God, and commit not evil in the earth, working corruption. And when you said, O Musa, we are weary of one food, So call thou to thy Lord for us, that he bring forth for us of what the earth puts forth of its herbs, and its cucumbers, and its corn, and its lentils, and its onions. He said, Would you exchange for what is temporal, what is better? Get you down to Misr, then will you have what you ask. And humiliation and poverty were pitched upon them, and they incurred.
Humiliation means have been mocked, right? Something like that.
Wrath from God because they denied the proofs of God. And they killed the prophets without cause because they opposed and exceeded all bounds. Those who heed warning, and those who hold to Judaism, and the Nazarenes, and the Sabaeans, whoso believes in God and the last day and works righteousness, they have their reward with their Lord, and they need not fear, nor will they regret. And when we took your agreement and raised the mount above you, hold fast what we give you, and remember what is therein, that you might be in prudent fear. Then turned you away after that, and were it not for the bounty of God upon you and his mercy, you would have been among the losers. And you knew those among you who transgressed the Sabbath. Then we said to them, Be despised apes, and we made it an exemplary lesson to those at its time and that following it, and an exhortation to those of prudent fear. And
exhortation means to call to those of prudent.
when Musa said to his people, God commands you to sacrifice a heifer, they said, Dost thou make mockery of us? He said, I seek refuge in God, lest I be of the ignorant. They said, Call thou to thy Lord for us, that he make plain to us what she is. He said, He says, She is a heifer neither old nor young, middling in between. Then do what you are commanded. They said, Call thou to thy Lord for us, that he make plain to us what her hue is. He said,
Hue means what her hue is.
That's what her hue is. He said, He says she is a yellow heifer, bright is her hue, making glad the beholders.
Okay, with this is all with Quran, and it became more ambiguous for me, and became more difficult to understand what is all about. But I will persist to understanding. So let's go, Bible. Next 5 minutes.
Above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
Unto the woman he said,
I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
And unto Adam he said,
Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also, and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground, for out of it wast thou taken, For dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return.
And Adam called his wife's name Eve.
What means thou? Thou.
Thou.
1,000.
Unto dust shalt thou return.
And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also and to his wife did the Lord God make coats of skins, and clothe them. And the Lord God said,
Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever.
Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. Chapter 4. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said,
I have gotten a man from the Lord.
And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it
Keeper of sheep and tailor of the ground.
came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof.
Firstlings. I can guess. What is it? Of his flock. This mean a lot of cows, right?
He also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering
The Lord had respect.
he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain,
Why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord
Slew.
said unto Cain,
Where is Abel thy brother?
and he said,
I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?
and he said,
What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
And Cain said unto the Lord,
My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me.
And the Lord said unto him,
Therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Irad. And Irad begat Mehujael. And Mehujael begat Methusael. And Methusael begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other was Zillah. And Ada bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such Zillah. And Ada bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives,
Okay, that is all for now with the Bible. I do all the work concerning vocabulary, but my comprehension today is low and my concentration is low. So I have prepared some list of words that I want to use actually more often than usually. So here it is. This is a list of these words. So I will try to use them more to remember them, and enlarge my vocabulary, right? So today is 8th of May, and tomorrow will be 9th of May, and this is a day where we commemorate the day when the Nazi Germany surrendered, capitulated. So maybe today, this day, May 9, I will tell you something about this, because it is a great event in my country. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry I'm a little bit exhausted and tired today. Goodbye.